So get ready to interview the lady yourself, Didi. Yeah, man. Woo! Just getting up, getting everything ready and set. Have no fear, Slick T is here. It's a lovely Wednesday night. We're gonna do this thing right. Yes, man. Yes, yes, so we get ready. Greetings, greetings. Yes, Lou Empress, so Didi. Alright, of course. Yeah, man. We're gonna give it 1 more minute, right, Didi? It's about reality. Yes, I'm glad that you're ready. It's about reality. And any life build up one time. It's about reality. Be grateful. Read the scripture. Pray every day. Let's read our mercy and expand on good ones. I hear the voices. Just waiting for the lady herself, Didi, to come on alive. Let's try for the better. It's about reality. Be truthful. It's about reality. Be grateful. It's about reality. Be truthful. It's about reality. Yes, you wanted to build up, guys. Be grateful. You must be strong and showing it all. We must see a smile. All right, so we're gonna bring her in right now. When your king or queen puts on. Be happy and proud. It's about reality. Be truthful. It's about reality. DJ Slick T. So we are trying to get our lady herself, Didi, to the live. Fill up your strength, God given faith. Release your wisdom with much needed freedom. Let's provide the glory through this real life story. It's about reality. Yes. Whew. That's what we're talking about. So, I just played a little music in the meantime. So, we're getting the lady herself, Didi, from the Dimensional Entertainment here to the live broadcast right about now. Yes, yes, you know how to make the noise as well. Right, man. So, we have some viewers here to the live action. Yes. Right, so we are trying to get her on here. No, it is with technology at times. We're just trying to get it sorted out right now, but don't worry. Trinidad! Yes!
We have it nice and proper right about now. Yes, lovely.
Pleasant good night, everybody.
I must say a special good night to each and everyone on the inside here. My name is Slick T, the entertainer. With me, we have the lady herself, Didi from Dimensional Entertainment. Wow. And you done say a greeting already. That is so wonderful. And how are you tonight, though?
I am okay. How are you? Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. And we're going to get right into it. So tell us where you originated from.
I am originally from Arima.
Mm-hmm.
Originally.
All right, nice, nice. And at what age you began getting involved in the music?
I grew up in a house of musicians, and
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't sing or clap or dance, so that was a little struggle. So of course, following karaoke, going all over the place, and eventually I just got into the business.
All right, so that's nice to hear, man. And what type of music do you like?
All genres of music, all genres, all genres. I am more into local music, soca. I really try to stick there because the industry is a fight. So I try to navigate more to soca and bringing out, showcasing our local artists first and foremost. Choice of singing, R&B, R&B, yeah, R&B is my first choice of singing.
All right, that's wonderful to hear, man. And it's always good to bring that local culture as well, because you really need to push the artists and the musicians out there, because we have a lot of talent. And that's wonderful for you to see that. And in terms of this, in what year did you start singing karaoke?
Ooh, over 20 years ago, I started when karaoke was, there was a microphone and you had to press in the code into the microphone,
Oh,
to
yes.
get your song. Yeah.
Well, you see, I remember that. And when I was 20 years ago, you don't believe, I was just a teenager, you know.
Mm-hmm. It
Wow.
started with a microphone with some buttons on it, and you go in the book, and it was limited choices of songs. So you had
Yes.
to find one that you actually know and press in the code to get the music.
Yeah, and that was so interesting, eh? And you
Mm-hmm.
know how I get to know about that as well? Is when I went mass camp, you know, when
Yeah.
it was there before. That's in on Arbita Avenue now. Yeah, that is a very good thing to have. And most importantly, how did you get the sobriquet Didi?
Oh, well, it's Dimensional Darky first of all. When Facebook now started, I had a group of friends and we all wanted to give ourselves names. And
Yes.
whatever names we put, we was going to stick with that for life. And they couldn't find a name for me because it was like, you're so, to describe it. And somebody said, you're so dimensional.
Yes.
We couldn't find a name for you. So, and that dimensional just stick. And then I started trying to live up to being a dimensional, unexplainable woman.
Yes. Wow. And I must say you are a dimensional person. And I remember when
Thank you.
I first met you several years ago. Just to give you all a little background, Didi herself was one of the persons who trained me for karaoke. So I had to put in a plug one time because that is so important for persons to know as well. And you know, it's really an asset to the karaoke industry as well. As I say, you're doing it for over 20 years. So know
Well,
that
I started singing over 20 years. I got
yes.
into the DJing later down in life.
Hmm. And how did this transition from being a karaoke singer to a host fell for you?
Whew, I wasn't ready because I never really planned on being a host, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't know if you all remember this, but I used to sell karaoke DVDs to patrons.
Oh,
So for
okay.
the people who were shy and didn't want to take part in karaoke itself, I wanted to help them prepare. So I used to sell DVDs. And
Yes.
this woman of Surfers Club, I used to sell her music for her club. And one
Yeah.
day she said, I don't want any more music. I want you to be my DJ. And I wasn't ready. I really wasn't.
Okay.
And she said, I don't care what you say. You are going to be my DJ. I had no knowledge of being a DJ. Absolutely none.
Wow.
So I had to learn everything self-taught. I had to learn everything. It was an experience that took me to this point where I now own my own company and so forth. So it was so, wow, extraordinary.
We are going to get into that right about now, because that is what I'm coming into, right? So tell us about the history of your own brand, the Dimensional Entertainment.
Right. If you notice, the acronyms of D-dimensional entertainment will come down to DD,
Yes.
right? So, so anyway, it comes back to me, just everybody just calling me DD. I got into it. I remember the first time I looked at the mixer, have no idea what the hell these buttons were for.
Yes.
And I ordered three hot stag, and I literally finished the night being totally drunk,
Wow.
right?
Yes.
So I started just to put the nerves aside. And for some reason, I connected very well with the crowd based on just being myself. And from there, it just started taking off.
Yes.
And more clubs, more owners started hiring me. And then I saw the vision of taking it more than just being a DJ. So I started doing my homework, started taking my courses, started taking my classes, and then hiring other workers, people like Mystique and Linnell, and so much more, yourself and
Yes.
Q and all of these people. And I just took it from one step, and then I moved from just karaoke, but people know me for karaoke. I started scouting talent in karaoke and placing people in bands, placing people to events to sing, and training people outside of karaoke for bigger events. So I'm not just about karaoke, but it started off with karaoke.
And that is so wonderful to hear. And it really and truly, with karaoke, right? It brings out artists, because
It does.
I could mention a couple who I know as well, and you would know too. That is, we have to big them up as well. Fireball
Wow.
and Metro. I remember those
Mm-hmm.
two.
Metro, yes. Because Fireball has always been an artist before I even met Fireball. But one of the person I would like to highlight is Takesha Hoodlin. The
Of course.
first time I met Takesha Hoodlin, she came to my karaoke. I was the first person she sang karaoke with. And to see her move from just karaoke onto the digital rising star and stuff just because of karaoke, it was so great watching her move from Takesha into the voice queen. So I must make mention of that. And
Of course.
she allowing me to be a part of her digital rising star experience.
Yes, and that is so important, like how she brought it across to you in terms of getting involved in this national events that persons from across the country were watching as well. And I'm so sorry
Mm-hmm.
to hear that they no longer have it. That used to be so awesome. That was like Americans Got Talent and the next one, The Voice
Yeah.
in the UK.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
But I
So
think a lot of karaoke singers now are dreaming bigger than just digital rising star. They're dreaming about being on the voice. So they're dreaming big. And that's the
yes,
whole point of starting learning crowds and performing in front of people just for fun and
yes.
taking it to the level. Yeah.
Because I can tell you this, it have some persons here on this live as well who are on right now, and we know them as karaoke singers. I have a couple of them who hosted, and they are really great entertainers as well, like myself and yourself as well. I mean, it's always good to bring across that type of talent and be able to interact with each other and be able to share
Yeah.
ideas to really grow. Because
Yes.
karaoke is all about fun. That's the most
But
important.
presently, I have a karaoke show on TikTok, as you would know.
Yes.
And through that, I was able to find some awesome, awesome talents. Not just karaoke singers, but real talent
Yes.
voiceovers and so forth, which will help with my dimensional entertainment, because I don't want to just take singers, and I also want to do puppet shows and so
Yes.
forth and so forth. Expand what entertainment is, because
Of course.
people are very talented in Trinidad and usually don't get a break. So I want to be able to offer these breaks to people and open doors as fast as they open and allow them to find themselves in the music.
Yes. And with regards to TikTok, right? This karaoke event hosted by the lady herself, Didi, is every Friday night at 10 p.m. sharp.
Well, I have to explain that because people think it's a competition. It's not a competition, it's a battle. On
Good.
Tuesdays, we sing all ages because we also deal with the children on Tuesdays
Okay.
from 5 p.m. On Fridays, if you got a seat on Tuesday, you battle for one seat. So I take 20 seats on Tuesdays, and Friday we battle it down to one seat
Okay.
for the price of $40 and a lot more, because a lot more sponsors have come aboard since they have
Yes.
seen where it's going. So the prices keep going. This week, Nisha Guy stepped in and she gave vocal training to the winners. So they also won $40 and free vocal sessions with Miss Nisha Guy, our award-winning Judicial Rising Star winner.
Yes. And one thing I do follow the, like when they give out the prizes, and it have persons who would share it on their Facebook wall as well to let others know about it. And the type of experience I saw, it was so amazing, and how it's being put together. I won't lie, it is really amazing to see that sort of talent being brought across, and the way how it's being explained. And it's very simple and effective. And you say they're talking about sponsors as well. So can you just share a couple of sponsors with us, like who are part of this current
So
charity?
we have two main sponsors, which the US comes from. We have Crystal's Clear Cream based in New Jersey, and we
Okay.
have the Bus Up Shot Boss based in Brooklyn. Those are my
Nice.
main sponsors. We also had Fireball coming on board. We had Tiny coming on board. Um we have so much sponsors right now,
Yes.
and they roll in every week. We also have people themselves just come to give phone cards to the children. So people are just bringing in the sponsors,
Wow.
keeping the incentive going, and that's what we look forward. We also had Black Locks. I am now an ambassador for their product through
Wow.
our karaoke. Right, so I now ambassador their product coming aboard, and I would like to call everybody's name, but I
Go
do not have
ahead.
that book in my hand presently. But the sponsors have made this experience on TikTok so exciting for the singers, and to be able to do this from the comforts of your own home and
Hmm.
still feel like you went to a club, especially in this time where COVID have everybody locked down. And I wrote a song about that. COVID-19, now we staying inside. COVID-19, now we staying inside.
Hey.
And people are just loving the vibe altogether about what karaoke and what dimensional entertainment brings to the table.
Wow. And this is awesome. I must say, TD, this is really something that people will get involved in. And for what I looking at as well, there are a lot more people getting involved. It will have people who you don't even know, who you don't even know well, and they just hear about it, or someone like a mutual friend, and they just decide to join TikTok and go onto it and be part of it. Because I just hear some talent too, I mean, it's really be amazing to watch. I won't be able to see
It
every
is.
single one, but I see as much as I could.
And
And
the nice thing about our TikTok experience is that we get new singers every week. Every week there's always new people coming, hearing about it by the videos of the winners. And most of the people don't come for the win, they come for the excitement of
yeah,
what and because I change the game every so often. It's a fun game in karaoke entertainment from the Dimensional Entertainment, and of course your hostess, Dimensional Darky.
and just to let you know, if you're wondering what fun game she's talking about, you just gotta be there.
Yeah, I had to be there because I change it up so that it doesn't get boring. Because when
Mhm.
people hear karaoke, they'll be like, I don't like karaoke now. But then after experiencing how the way that I do it, people get excited to come every week. And there's times that the viewing goes to 500 people is viewing this show, you know. And by the time sometimes I come off TikTok, over 3,000 people has passed through within a couple hours I'm there.
Wow. And
So
to
I'm keeping
know,
karaoke alive in this time of COVID.
yes. And I must mention, you are one of the hosts that I know that does karaoke as well. We know there's another one as well who does his own on a Sunday, that is King Barrier. So, you know, we always show that mutual support then.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes, yes. However, I choose not to do it on Facebook for many reasons of copyright infringement.
That's correct.
So heavy reason I did not, and I know a lot of people keep asking me about that, but because of copyright infringement and Facebook rules and regulations,
Yes.
I opted not to. But you could come on TikTok and join me.
Of course, yes. Because TikTok doesn't have the copyright rules as well. And that is the important thing about it. You could play locals, you could play international songs, and they don't even have an issue with it.
Yeah.
And that is very important as well. And this is something important we would like you to share with us, right? I saw here there's a post that you made, right? Whereby businesses can get their products advertised on
Right.
your group. Can you share that with us, please?
At presently, I have 32.5 thousand followers. And I
Okay.
want to be able to use small businesses, who, especially the ones that are struggling, to help their brands go. And by gifting us your product so that we can give somebody else incentive, we advertise. The person who wins the product advertise, and you also get free advertisement from me, not just a one-time advertisement, right?
Okay.
You get, I put together a video, an ad, and so forth, free of my services for your gift of putting a smile on somebody's face.
Yes. And that is something important as well. And I'm glad you mentioned that. And what this does as well, right? And you bring this out and people actually sponsor products as well to bring into the karaoke event as well. And all that is part of it. It really
Right.
enhances your sales and your revenue as well. So
So my last giveaway from a product, that person was able to land 200 sales just by one video.
wow,
Yeah.
200 sales as you said, you know, by one.
200 sales. They got an order for 200 of their product just by the video that I made and put it on social media. So it works to help small businesses be known, not just here, because those followers I have is not just Trinidad based, it's all over the world based.
Yes.
And who knows, somebody out of here may not be able to access your product. And by just we advertising your product in advertisement, whether it's comedic or not, they may call and say, how do I get onto this brand? Can you? And they'll ask information, and we can ship this to you.
Yes. And
Yes. I
and that
also
is
would like
mhm.
to highlight something, if you will
Of
allow me.
course. I will allow you. The floor is yours for that one. Go right ahead.
I started a hashtag, and it's very important that a lot of people, if they understand the cause of this hashtag, the hashtag is I stand to stop abusing our kids. Um, there are merch coming out for this. It is to kind of help get the attention of the government. 50% of the earnings that comes from this will be going back to charity towards less fortunate children. We are
Yes.
trying to get the government to put a system in place that children in schools learn a hotline number for whatever is going on in abuse in their life. They know this number from the top of their head because it's been taught in schools, so they can pick up the phone and call. We're trying to get babysitting to be certified. You can't just open a daycare unless you go through a class and be certified.
Correct.
So we're
Yes.
trying to get a lot of things. So I started a hashtag and a drive. And I hope that you all follow. All you need to do is make a video, use the hashtag saying, I stand to stop abusing our kids. And that's all. It's less than 15 seconds. Or you could purchase one of our merch bumper stickers, stickers for your computer, or a jersey for when we're able to do the walk, and see if we can help grow better children, because we're paying more attention to what they need and not bypassing that things are happening in their homes.
And it's always great to hear that as well, especially to deal with children, because we know a lot has been happening these days. I could just share something with you all guys, right? And I remember this a few days back. There was 3 children who died in a fire, and imagine that they get funded at HCC home, the family itself. And I find that was so amazing, the type of response that came across, like how you see to help your children out. I want to make sure, persons like who are home, but they will have other children as well, who will be affected by this and need to get that sort of assistance. And as you mentioned that as well, with the hotlines, although people have childline and all that as well, but at the same time, this is something that you want to get the government, to put across as well. Because we also listen to this and remember there's something called mental health as well. Because I was listening to something today, and I wouldn't mind sharing this with you all. All right. Talking about mental health and helping out children and all that, and finding different ways to do it. And as you have a knowledge and expertise in that, you could help your followers as well to help others. Because how you may say you'll help your children out, you can help children out. Because I have a lot of them who are struggling right now.
So it's a each one help one situation. I also do a talk show on TikTok besides the karaoke.
Yes.
I have segments where we talk about real situations to try to help. I call it the empty your closet. Get rid of the past pain that you're holding through your life so that you could go forth. And a lot of people don't know how to do that. I talk about illiteracy and how to get to the altar class and help the adults get that knowledge to them so they can help their children with schoolwork and so forth. So I'm using my platform on TikTok to do just so much to touch everybody. And if everybody hold each other hand, we'll get further in life.
And that is so important as well. And really, really and truly, we really need to put things in place for these type of things. And what you're doing there is really awesome, I must say, Didi. And we really appreciate that, because appreciation and helping out each other goes a long way. So in terms of these talk shows and stuff, how can people get in contact with you, to get into these events?
Right, so you just follow me on TikTok and click the notification bell so you know what I'm doing. So when I come in, I don't have a specific time for the talk shows, mainly because I don't want to just target one group of people. I want to reach the world with this. So I will come in 12 o'clock in the night for a talk show. I will come in 2 o'clock in the day for a talk show, because I want to reach the world. I don't want to just reach the 9 p.m. people. I want to meet the world. I want the world to hear what I have to say and the knowledge that I have to share and the way that I'm spreading it. I'm not talking down to people, but I'm talking to people. And when you talk to 2 people, they talk back to you.
Yes. And that is absolutely correct as well. When you're talking to people, like how we are talking here, is a form of interaction. And remember, it's always good to communicate, listen carefully, respond accordingly, and always remember to keep it in a positive mindset as well. Continue.
I have an open line. So when I start my program, I talk about the topic. I may have a scenario to give you, and then I open the line. So you can call in and talk about your incident, your experiences, or you could come and share what you think could help the situation and so forth. So I have an open line.
Wow. And remember, you're using your hosting experience and your knowledge.
Right. I'm using my broadcasting experience, my DJ experience, my hosting, and my ability to talk and reach people. So I'm combining what makes me dimensional together to create this bond and reach as much people as I can reach.
Wow.
Because people falling apart in this time and they're not saying, I need help, or I just need somebody to talk to. I am also with the BACA, Empowering Women group, where we provide counseling. So if I find or somebody reach out on the talk show where their situation is really dire need, I reach out to this organization and we get them the help that they need, whether it's counseling or whatever. So I also with the Baka Empowering Women group, which helps with if you're having a mental issue, abuse issue and stuff, and we could put you into this program to kind of help you find yourself back, get back on your feet.
And how can people get in touch with you, especially to get involved in this sort of group?
So they can go through the Baka Empowering Woman, which I have on my Facebook, or they could also follow Brittany Williams, either on TikTok or on Facebook, the Baka group. That's B.A.C.E, right?
Okay.
Right. So the Baka Empowering Woman, they can get me on my direct WhatsApp line, which that is also on my Facebook through D-Dimensional Entertainment or on my personal page.
Yes, and that is so important as well, eh? And as you mentioned that, the Dimensional Entertainment, that is a big company as well. And I know you said you brought this all across, right? So like how many members do you have involved in this group?
In which group? In my D-Dimensional Entertainment or on my
Yes,
TikTok group?
the
All right, so
Dimensional Entertainment.
right. So to be honest, I want to be really honest with you. Over the years, it's been struggle to get support because people somehow misinterpret what I do because my voice just sound like a little bacchanal sometimes now, you
Oh
know?
God.
And
Yeah.
because of that, people don't seem to think that I do more than I do. People didn't know I'm a nail tech. People didn't know I run business outside of karaoke. They didn't know, they didn't ask, they didn't care. So the support to just like the page is not that big. However, the support on other groups has been way more because I guess people don't judge me. They kind of listen or investigate what I'm about and be like, yeah, boy, I want to be a pawn with this girl doing. So I will be honest with you, the support on the Dimensional Entertainment page is not as great as I would like it to be. But I hope that after this interview, that people go like the page so I can make it more active for all the things that I am doing presently.
Yes, and that is so important as well. And what we're doing as well, we are interviewing persons locally and internationally as well. So it's really something we want to bring across to people across, across the world too. So because you know how it is right now, we do the virtual as well. I mean, eventually we'll be doing the in-person, the face-to-face interviews in person. So all that will be part of it as well. And what we tend to do as well, we tend to follow up with persons as well to see how they're going and to check up on them. Because always good to get an idea to know how they are, and where they came from as well. Because you could see because people say one thing 1 minute and next minute you could just go sky high and we know you reach for the
True.
stars.
I was just interviewed by Ms. Diana Benskin. If you don't know who that is, she's an award-winning author. I
Wow.
was interviewed by an international radio station based on the things that I'm doing. And the first question they asked me is, has anybody locally picked you up on what you're doing? And I said, no. And their answer to that was like, why do Trinidad wait until outside people interview you, take you up to now claim that you are their own when they could have done that first?
Yeah.
It
And
is
that
sad,
is
but it
so
is
true.
true. So it took somebody internationally, an award-winning author decided, I want to talk to this girl. And they asked me to do an interview, and which I did. It was an honor to do such an interview. And due to that, they contact me outside where social media is. Okay, so let's now push your content because they find I'm hilarious. They
Yes.
love my TikTok videos. They love the way that I do things, and they just want to help me push so that I can get my hashtags out and the drive that I'm doing. They want to help me to get to that level. So they
And
don't just see me as a karaoke host, but they see me for being a DJ because I'm also a professional DJ, not just a host. And I do a lot of other things outside of karaoke.
and besides the karaoke and hosting and the talk shows and things, how have you been coping overall? Like otherwise, how have you been coping during these restrictions, like from since last year up until now? You could put it
Well,
in a way.
I was a little old woman with comorbidities, so I had to stay in my house.
Yes.
I had to stay in my house. I have a sign outside. Due to Delta variant, if you show up at my house uninvited, you will be shot.
Okay. Wow. It's that
It
serious. So
is
guys,
that serious.
so be known and be mindful of that. We cannot mix any matters with these type of things. And what you just said is absolutely true. I mean, some people don't even allow them, you know, to reach a stone throw, not even outside the gate and all. I mean, all
Nope.
that is in it. But don't worry, things will get better. And eventually as time goes by, we are hoping to be back out, into the realm and
But
going to
for,
karaoke as well.
but for me, Slicky, this lockdown has opened so many doors for me. I really can't say it's been bad because if I was out there and still doing, I wouldn't be able to touch the amount of people are touching on TikTok and outside and being
True.
on interviews and doing the things I'm able to do now. So for me, it's been going great.
Oh God, I had to share a joke. I see one of the persons make a little joke there. It was the one. I just saw something there. That's so amazing. One of your loyal followers and supporters, Leo Empress. We had
Oh,
to
she's
big her up as
amazing.
well. She was
She's
gonna pass and
amazing.
check you. Yes, and before we go, what are your next steps? Like or upcoming projects to look out for? Because I know you said you have your talk shows this year doing. Like what is next for
So
the
right now, my focus is the I stand to stop abusing our kids. I'm focused on that first. Once I get that properly off the ground, enough people using the hashtag, making the videos, and then we start to do little walkabouts as they open up more. My focus is children are suffering in silence, and nobody seems to be caring enough.
Okay.
And it's time for us to care and teach them the hotlines. Make sure that there's counselors in school that don't wait for the children to come but interview them. You see, these things doesn't happen in the States because every child knows 911,
Yes.
right? So it happens less. The abuse happens less because of that 911 call.
Hmm.
We need to teach our child what is the hotline so that these predators out here will stop predating our children and stop spoiling our future.
Wow. And that is a very powerful message to really bring across. And the reason why I like it, to express yourself and to bring that out is because you're a very genuine person. You know how to interact with others as well. And that sort of experience, so 20 plus years, it says wonder there because it means it feels like 40 years, but I just joking with you.
I tell you, it feels like a lifetime. I have given so much to the industry of karaoke, of the way that I styled
Yeah.
it. And it doesn't really have a ladder to climb. And I feel
Okay.
that karaoke
Yeah.
host doesn't get enough props for what they do. They don't get the respect that they should get for what they put out here. And I hope I can send this message to all karaoke hosts as it open back. Please stop devaluing yourself because we are important.
Yes, we are.
We are important. And as a matter of fact, we might be one of the most important things that going back out into the industry of clubs and bars. And please value yourself and not let these people try to make your work for hustlers money.
No,
Because
that
we work
makes
hard.
sense.
They don't see the behind the scenes. They don't see all the things we do before we come out there. They don't see that.
You're sure
And
right.
it's time I value myself and I know a lot of them do, but it's time that they get a little more respect because they work hard. And I'm talking about people from the ground foundation of karaoke. And I don't want to call no specific names because I don't want to leave nobody out. But I'm
Yes.
talking about the people who was in the well and those places, US1 and Idle Hour and all these before it became so popular. Sweet
Hmm.
Jean, the godmother of karaoke, one of the first women who introduced karaoke to Trinidad,
Yes.
Sweet Jean,
That,
right?
that's correct.
You know, those are the people that they're still running and it's like it had no ladder, no promotion. It's not like you get better. It's not like you get an award for this. And we understand that. We get paid for this, but they don't see the amount of work we do.
And that is so true, eh? And I remember working with you as well. And you as a person, you would know how hard it is, how challenging it is at times. Then that's where you feel like when you come to host, be like, well, I just feel to go back home, you know. I could tell you, for as a karaoke host as well, I had nights like that, you know. When I came to karaoke, I was like, boy, I just feel to just go back home.
And
But
because of being a
mhm,
perfectionist, I am a perfectionist. I'm misunderstood when I have to come and cuss a few people.
yeah,
People take it as, oh, she always, but in order to stand my ground, I am a female that works in clubs and bars. Could you imagine the horrors I just have to face every night
hmm,
as a female?
oh Lord,
It is tough, right? So if I don't stand my ground and let people know I will not be taking certain crap from people,
hmm,
people will trample over me. And when I hire people, you would know that because you work under my umbrella a few times, well, in the
of course,
past, that I need a particular standard if you work under my umbrella. And no matter how tough it is, stand your ground. I have always taught you that, and everybody who worked under my umbrella, stand your ground. And if it means that we have to shut it down and let them fight up, let's do that. But we're
mhm.
not gonna lesser our quality because the owner having some issues.
Yes, and it's always good to have, you know, a high level of quality over the quantity. And this is
Yes.
something that we, as karaoke hosts and DJs and singers, we really have to know how to interact and let others know what we are really about. Because we work hard, you know. You could picture any one of y'all going to go and do a karaoke hosted job. Your people don't know how challenging it is, you know. Put anyone
It
in that
is.
to host on it.
And certain areas I will not work in because when I think about the time to get there, get dressed, equipment, and the distance to come back for the money, I would blank work because it is non-profitable via business. As I tell people, I don't hustle this job. I hustle this job when I started this job, but when I made this into a company and I scout singers and I have things to do with singers, vocal training, putting people in the studio, background singing for singers and all these things, I, my time is valuable. So if I don't see it being profitable to me, then I won't take that job.
Well said. And I must say big up to the ones who tuned in from Barbados and from the United States of America as well. And we
Over
also have the locals
Barbados.
as well. Yes, never a dull moment.
Hmm.
So I really want to thank you so much for joining me here tonight and for taking the time, the effort, the patience to explain yourself, your brand, what you do as well, what you plan to do, what you're currently doing. I mean, it is so amazing, awesome, wonderful. So much things I could say. It's where I could just write a book right now.
I feel so honored, but I hope to see from you that you do that. Even if you're not on TikTok and stuff, you can just tag me in the video. Please put your finger in the air if you stand to stop abusing children and use the hashtag I stand to stop abusing our kids. You don't have to say anything. Just use the hashtag and put a finger in the air and that would be enough. I will put it on all my social medias. The more people do this video and use the hashtag, the more it is going to go. It will get the attention of the people I'm trying to get the attention of to put the to change the system that the
Yes.
children need for our future. So I look forward to that video from you, Mr. Slickty, the entertainer.
All right. So don't worry. Just share it. Just let me know. And you said you're gonna post it up as well. So you can tag me in it, and I will make sure and do my part because I really want to get myself involved in it as well and take a stance for that. Because what
Yes.
I stand for positive things and to
And
make
for
a
all the
difference.
people who are watching tonight, you could be a sponsor in our karaoke segment if you have a business and any as small as it is and you want to be out there. Just put a smile on somebody's face and we will help you go there. However, I do have some charges if you want personal edited videos in a professional level. I do have charges for that and you can talk to me about it. Depends on what you want. We can get that done for you. And for the people who do not have businesses but would like to get involved in putting smiles on children's face, we are taking, school is opening, so we're taking pencil cases, we're taking any book bags, we're taking stuff like that, so we can put smiles on children's faces. So you can contact me, 397-8452 via WhatsApp. 397-8452 if you have something to give. We also take phone cards to give the children. These phone cards go to the children, so they sing. And once everybody is singing good and stuff, we send them a phone card. And children are so excited just to win a phone card. You would not believe how they get excited. So Falish, when they get a little jersey, a little pencil case, they are so happy. And keeping them happy is how we have the future change.
And wow, I ain't gonna lie, Didi, that is awesome. Keep it up, eh?
Thank you so much.
And just to let you guys know, we're gonna have this posted on my YouTube channel, Toriana Shutter. I will be sharing this as well on my Facebook wall, and we will have Didi share it as well because we want to get more followers involved in this and to really bring this across.
The more people, the faster this thing goes.
Yes, and once
so you could order your jerseys. You could order your jerseys by the 397-8452. You could order your stickers, right? Through that, so you can put it on your laptop. So put it on the back of your car. Somebody's gonna see it. We're gonna make people listen now.
And I feel after that, I feel like they got jersey soon too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important as well. And I want to thank you once again for being here tonight, and hope you have a wonderful night and look out for bigger and better things. And I will be around as well, so we're gonna be interacting and getting things done when things open back up on the outside. But for now, we're keeping it virtual.
Thank you so much, Sweetie, for having me.
You're most welcome. I hope you have a wonderful night.
Night to everybody in the comment section. Good night.
Let's
Go check me out on TikTok. Dimensional Darky. Come check out the videos.
All right. Take care. Have a good one.
You too.
Yeah. All right. So there you have it. So that was the lady herself, Dimensional Darky. Didi from Dimensional Entertainment. So we just interviewed her, and it was a wonderful experience to have. I hope you guys have a great night. And just remember, folks, there's bigger and better things to come. All right. Take care.